In this video, I'm going to show how I update my website. I did some updates to it a few months ago, and it's made a really huge difference to how easy it is to maintain and how enjoyable it is to maintain. And it's made a very big difference to my productivity. So let's have a quick look at the website first of all. So the domain is This Is James, and it's got these different sections. This is James Creating, this is James Illustrating. So as a demo, I'm going to add a new page to this section, this James Experimenting, where I just add little experiments that I do. So I maintain it. Oops. I maintain the site with an app called Bear. Bear is a extremely nice bit of software to use. It's essentially just a markdown editor, like a text editor, um, but it's just really nicely designed, and it's got some really nice features, and it's all very clean and neat how it works. So I use Bear for all of my stuff, and you can see here that I use this variation on the para method for my stuff, and then here, This Is James. This is actually all of the content of my website under this particular folder. And so if we go to experimenting, this is where I want to add the new content. I'll click that to start a new page, and then I'm just going to type a few keys. That was comma M, and I'm using a bit of software called Expanso, which automatically expands text. It's very nice. It's free. It allows you to configure all your expansions in a YAML file, so it's really neat. So I shall call this demonstration of website. Oops. Website updating. So before I used VS Code, which for maintaining the website. It's a static website, and I use Quarto, which is a publishing system, a bit like Hugo or Jenkins or that kind of thing. But it's so much nicer using software that actually displays the images, and the text looks nice, and it's really nice for editing text. So let me just put a bit of text in here. This is a test of using Bear to update my website. Let's show the kind of thing that I can do. So, oops. Let's put a link. So I'm doing something called wiki quotes, wiki links here. So I'm going to put a link to one of my other pages on the site. So AI is coming for your job. So that's a link to an internal page. So you can see how nice that was to add. And then I can add tags to this. So this is going to be about Bear. Oops. There you go. Bear. And I can add, this is maybe about productivity as well, is it? Productivity. And then you'll see at the top, we've got this YAML front matter, which you can actually do within Bear. And I want to add in the name of this image, which is the poster image. So I want it to appear in the listings. And I've actually called it poster. Oops, you can see poster there. So I'll type that in. Ping. And then I'll just call this, I'll just put the description for a demo. Short path will make by default, it'll make a path based on the title. But I can make a short path, so I can make demo the short path. I'm Categories is essentially the same as tags, but it's nice to use the Bear tags that by default. So I think that's done now. One of the things that I can do here is add in, oops, render true, and that will only render this particular page. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to render the whole site now. So in order to render the whole site, I select the particular tag on the right hand side here, and then I go export notes, and I'm exporting as Markdown, exporting the attachments, and then I just save that like that. And then what I'm going to do is I have written a bunch of Python scripts. So if I do Python make.py, that Python, that will make this particular website. And what this make script does is just calls all these other scripts and runs them on the export. And one of the things you can see there happening is that that poster image that I added has been made into a smaller version for the listings. And the reason there's lots of these scripts is because I used OpenAI ChatGPT to write the scripts. And what I found is that if you make scripts that just focus on one thing, and break your process down into all the steps, then ChatGPT is really, really good at writing the scripts for that. What it's not good at is writing single scripts that do multiple things, because although it'll be good at the beginning, once the script gets to about 150 lines, something like that, it starts to make mistakes. And when that happens, you may as well start again, because it's really difficult to get out of that situation. So if you just make your prompts do very specific things, it can write short scripts. You can actually tell it how to write the script. So what Python libraries you want to use and things like that, and what the interface is. And it does it really, really well. So you'll see that here what's happening is that Quarto is running, and it's run through all of the pages and converted them to HTML. So if we go here, this is the local version of the website. If I go to experimenting, there you go, demonstration of website updating. It's got the image there. It doesn't look so good on these ones, but if we look at illustrating, for example, they look quite nice. And what the script has done is automatically made a resized version of the image, so the pages are quick to load. Because all of these are smaller versions of the larger image, which Quarto doesn't do by default. And then we can go through to the page itself and go through to the link works, you see. So there's a lot of other stuff that's going on in the scripts. So, for example, the bear tags are converted to Quarto categories. So you can click on particular categories and get all of the related pieces, posts in that way. It does, it automatically creates this style of breadcrumbs that I use, all kinds of things going on. So once that's happened, I have another little script here, which is called publish. So if I do publish now, what that does is update GitHub, and then I've got GitHub configured so that a Cloudflare website will be automatically updated when the GitHub is updated. And Cloudflare actually have a really generous free level of hosting. So my website is essentially free, free to be hosted. And I found it works really, really good, really, really well. And other people use Cloudflare in this way, and it's great to have free hosting. Obviously, it's only for static sites like this. Okay, so if I click on experimenting, bam, there you go. That's the page I just added. So, like I say, this is because it's so nice updating pages and adding pages in Bear. This has been a huge boost to my productivity because I've started doing things that I've kind of been meaning to do for years, like doing reviews of books and putting them on my website, which previously I could have done, but because I was using VS Code, I think it just wasn't a very pleasant experience. And so, yeah, now I've started doing things that I didn't do before. So it's been a huge boost to my productivity. So that's great.